Good morning, friends and family. Sean Humphrey here, Recovery Fitness. Just wanted to continue the conversation that we've been having on wellness and the four pillars of fitness, that being physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. We've talked a lot about the physical. We do a lot of video clips on the physical. We show workouts and how-tos and eating healthy. We talked a little bit about the spiritual last week, or at least how the vital spiritual experience relates to addiction and recovery. Today, I want to talk about the emotional health, the emotional well-being. The mental, we'll definitely get on that next week. But emotionally, what do you do for yourself emotionally to keep yourself stable, happy, learning how to deal with things and cope with things in a positive way, and doing that consistently on a daily basis. And so, I'm outside this morning. It's cold, no doubt about it, but it's beautiful out. The sun's up, the birds are shining, the snow's pretty. So one of the things I do is I try to get outside every day, get some vitamin D from the sun, get fresh air, just kind of be in nature. And that helps me a lot. It doesn't have to be a long time out here, but it's something every day. In the summertime, I definitely get my feet in the grass or in the mud or whatever and connect to earth. But emotionally, that helps me in so many ways. It calms me. It brings me peace. This is where I do a lot of my prayer and meditation, which, while we talk about the prayer and meditation a lot in the spiritual realm, emotionally, it's vital for me. I do breath work. It calms me. It opens my mind. I'm getting to the point in my meditations where I can feel certain parts of my body that might be tense or affected or blocked off that particular day, where they'll release and I'll have a better flow of energy, which always helps me emotionally in my mind. So getting myself right with God, right in the world, some breath work, some meditation is vital for my emotional health. Exercise, physical exertion is another thing that helps me emotionally. And there's so many benefits that we talk about, the physical exercise, the exertion. But one of the things is just the dopamine release and the serotonin, which that's the well-being hormone. The sense of well-being, of overall, just general, I'm good. So for my emotional health, those are some of the daily practices I do. But counseling. We talk about so many things that we can do for ourselves, especially in recovery, 12-step meetings and sober support and all that. But I think it's vital that we don't skip over the fact that, some counseling is in order, especially in early recovery. Maybe a lot is in order. We might be, dealing with some emotional disorders or mental health disorders, and counseling is vital there. Putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, so there's no missing links. So when we go to live our lives to the best we can, we're not fighting with one hand behind our backs. So the emotional part for me, I still check in with the counselor. I have 2 counselors. They're wonderful. They're amazing. And, I've been to the point in early recovery, I was meeting 5 times a week, because that's what it took. That's what it took to keep me on the straight and narrow. And I try to keep those lessons within me, and I'm always relearning them or getting better at them, being tested. And now we're to a point where we cut down to 2 times a week, 3, maybe 3 once a week, every other week, things of that nature. Now it's more like every 2 or 3 months I'll call my counselor and say, I need a check-in. I need to do a checkup. I had one of my counselors, his name's Tom. He said, man, your car needs tuned up a couple times a year. You take it in, you check tires, rotate tires, oil, all that. The human body, the human mind is no different. We need to tune up. We have things maybe we have to process, some life things we have to process, or maybe it's just how our reactions are to things. And as we're trying to grow emotionally and spiritually and become a more well-rounded person, life gives us challenges. And until we learn those challenges and actually learn the lessons and apply those lessons, I think we can't move on to the next level, next chapter of our life. So God or the universe, whatever you want to think about, will be constantly sending you more and more of those lessons for you to perfect them. Practice makes perfect. It actually doesn't, but practice makes better. Practice makes practice of the thing. I've never found myself to get perfect at anything, but I always like we practice as we play. So if I'm practicing these principles in all my affairs, then when the situations come up, I can have a better chance at responding accordingly. That space that we have when a stimulus hits us and we want to react is very quick. It's this close, but some of the practice is just slowing things down and opening up that space. And it's a quick second in there, but if we can slow it down and give ourselves some empathy, say, hey, what's really going on here? Why is this person coming at me in such a way? Give them some empathy, trying to figure out their side of things. Give myself some empathy. Like I don't appreciate this, or da da da. I don't like how this is going, but just honor that within myself, and then I can maybe respond rather than react in an appropriate way, and that is healthy emotionally for not only me but for the situation, and not dragging on situations. So life's going to give you the lessons, and the closer you get to learning those lessons, the harder they're going to come and the more frequent, I believe. But that's just part of our growth. But as far as emotional health, my main takeaway today is I think there's something that we should be doing for ourselves each and every day to help us not only stay centered, but to grow deeper within ourselves and to become the best version of ourselves. And that gives us our best quality of life. Don't forget the counseling if it's needed, or just a checkup. It is something that we have a stigma about here, where we don't like to talk about it. We don't like to go to counseling and things like that. Mental health has such a stigma around it, and I'm no different. I had it for years. I was the guy that would rather take drugs and instead of going to get medication. And so I didn't feel well, so I was treating my symptoms. I was self-diagnosing and popping pills and doing all the drugs and alcohol, rather than just suck it up and take a real hard look at myself and say, I might need some help. I might need to talk to somebody and get myself mentally and emotionally balanced. So any questions on all this? We do have counselors now at Recovery Fitness, mental health and addiction specialists. So they can treat co-occurring disorders. We're happy to help. Consultations are free. We have a new office going in that's being built out right now. So don't hesitate to reach out. www.recoveryfitness.com or recoveryfitnesswellness.com. Excuse me. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Hit us up. We'd love to see if we can help you in any way that you'd allow us. One love. Thank you.